is MedaWeek. MedaWeek Barcelona is the major annual platform for businesses and an economic benchmark for the Mediterranean. It's a space for hope in these difficult times. The Mediterranean region could become a dynamic north-south production hub. And Europe also has an historical opportunity to influence the development of this new partnership with a geographical dimension that will expand towards the Mediterranean Africa. MedaWeek Barcelona is consolidating itself one more year as the annual platform for this new Europe-Mediterranean-African alliance, a new axis for the future with more than 1.8 billion inhabitants. Because we should never forget that nowhere such as the Mediterranean can the future be written, where paths not only crisscross, but also opportunities and talents. Nowhere like the Mediterranean will the great questions and challenges of our time find a response. Nowhere like the Mediterranean is there such experience with progress and collaboration, and is there so much capacity to make every challenge and every apparent contradiction into an opportunity, is highlighting the increasingly decisive role of the city as an economic capital and a bridge among the shores of the Mediterranean. And we do this by celebrating this Mediterranean Week of Economic Leaders, MedaWeek, companies in this reconstruction of a common Mediterranean. We know that more than ever, the empresarial world is going through a period of convulsions because of the health crisis. That's why I would urge you to continue to get involved in these encounters which struggle and fight to reinforce and open new market opportunities for our economy. Because these need to rethink the relationship between the European Union and the Mediterranean and drive forward a project capable of globally competing among different regions. To achieve this, we need a greater involvement of the private sector and a firm alliance between the business communities of the Mediterranean. Only in this way can we contribute to the creation of wealth and added value through sustainable development. Let us join forces. We have a lot to gain. Major economies of scale, potential for growth, and new markets of consumers if we decide to open up our borders and strengthen the union among our markets. In 10 years, the Mediterranean could increase its GDP by 30%, and what's more important, it could also increase its health and well-being indicators. Commit to the Mediterranean countries because we need to work together against the threat of economic breakdown and build a common future. Thank you very much.
Our Mediterranean Sea, despite being an intercontinental hub, is still absent from the international economic and commercial sense, despite the obvious affinities and complementarities in sectors such as energy, agriculture, tourism, minerals, human resources, the creation of new companies and internationalization of existing one Mediterranean talent without borders create values and inclusive and adaptable skills that cultivate the ability to bring out the best in a diverse environment. We need to build meeting platforms in the Mediterranean. Barcelona and this economic week facilitated this bit. We have to overcome the difficulties and conjecture risks to face the challenges, to break our fears, to understand each other, and draw a common future for the next generation.
In the Mediterranean, we know the role that the chambers of commerce are playing in all these countries in the Mediterranean. And we know how important is the participation of the private sector in this big project of modernizing our societies and increasing the well-being of our people. And we know that this is only feasible through fair play in the economy and the cooperation between the public and private institutions. We think that ASCAME is an extremely important instrument for this integration of the Euro-Mediterranean economies. But after the COVID crisis, we have discovered that to strengthen our societies, to strengthen our economies, we have to rebuild the globality in a different way, because the world of the future will be the world of big economic regions in the world. It's happening, but has to be put forward in our region. And this is the cooperation and progressive integration of Europe, the Mediterranean countries, and Africa.
About this meeting, no? The Mediterranean is not anymore a place, a region, a physical region. The Mediterranean is a concept, is an emotion. But we need to have the ambitions to change things. We cannot accept the status quo that we have in the region. And talent is the new oil. Talent is the new oil. If we have talent, we could have a brilliant future. So we need to open up our institutions, the way of doing things, and to think out of the box in order to liberate all this talent that is in the region. Don't be afraid of talent. Don't be afraid of creativity. Let's open spaces for our young people, for our entrepreneurs, for our women, to liberate all this creativity, and we will have a brilliant future. So thank you very much.
Mediterranean basin has been and should continue to be one of the key geographic points for economic activity. In this regard, European Mediterranean integration is key for economic recovery. And that's why Mediterranean MedaWeek is so important. We're now at a turning point, emerging from the crisis, and an opportunity to create new models for growth. In the CZFP, we've been working for many years in closely collaborating with ASCAME to generate synergies through logistics. Undoubtedly, the logistics sector is strategic for this territory and for its integration. Mediterranean must move decisively forward towards a more sustainable future. The Mediterranean is the place where some thousands of years ago our civilization was born. We talk different languages. We speak different languages. We have different customs. But we have in common a civilization which was born precisely on the Mediterranean. That is our heritage, a relationship between cultures, a commercial relationship, an economic relationship.
And after the pandemic, we definitely do agree that we have to do more. And we also have to build back better by focusing on smart, inclusive, responsible, and sustainable post-pandemic recovery. As you all know, our political leadership in the Union for the Mediterranean has mandated our Secretariat to focus its work on sustainable and inclusive economic and human development, on social inclusiveness and equality, on environmental and climate action, and on digital transformation, which is a very important subject that you will be discussing during your deliberation. We do all that keeping in mind the importance of stressing the important issue of job creation, and also the important issue of supporting our micro and small and medium-sized enterprises.
COP26 sent to the mankind a clear message about the future of our planet. We believe that there is no alternative than to work together and sharing responsibilities, taking into account the development needs and rights of the developing countries in our joint challenges to saving our world. The Egyptian government is fully committed to economic development in favor of our people, as well as maintaining a stable and sustainable macroeconomic environment for business. Joint investment between our countries are key elements to surpass the economic, environmental, and development challenges that we commonly face. I believe that the two shores of the Mediterranean can demonstrate to the world an example of solidarity, coordination, and cooperation to reach our goals in a win-win-oriented strategy.
La crisis del COVID-19 ha puesto de manifiesto la creciente interdependencia de la región mediterránea y ha puesto de relieve la necesidad de abrir nuevas vías para reforzar la cooperación en ámbitos como el cambio climático, donde la región mediterránea es reconocida como un punto crítico en cuanto a sus efectos, la sanidad, la agricultura, la transición ecológica justa, los problemas y desequilibrios demográficos, las disrupciones tecnológicas, el emprendimiento de las mujeres o los conflictos sociopolíticos, entre otros. Todos estos retos requieren de compromisos, requieren de soluciones que sean abordadas con el mayor número de países, por lo que resulta totalmente necesario reforzar la colaboración y cooperación entre los países mediterráneos para poder consolidar una recuperación que sea económicamente justa. Durante este año 2021, las relaciones comerciales entre España y el área mediterránea están siendo intensas, creciendo a unos ritmos interanuales de 2 dígitos, tanto en exportaciones como importaciones de mercancías por los países mediterráneos. Algunos de los países del área tienen en España su primer socio comercial. Y es que partimos de bases sólidas, porque España y Europa hemos sabido reforzar una asociación estratégica con los países mediterráneos para liberar el potencial económico de la región en beneficio de sus ciudadanos, tal y como se indicó en las conclusiones del Consejo Europeo del 19 de abril de este mismo año, sobre una asociación renovada con los países vecinos meridionales, una nueva agenda para el Mediterráneo.